Francesca Evans from LymeOnline, bringing you all of this week's top stories from the Lyme Regis area. Lyme Regis Town Council is facing serious financial concerns in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic, with reserves currently expected to drop by more than £900,000 over the next year. With a heavy dependency on tourism-related income and major expenditure for the resurfacing of the flat roof area above Marine Parade, the council is now having to hold discussions on how it can strengthen its financial position and prevent itself from becoming insolvent. In April, as lockdown measures first took hold, the council's reserve stood at more than £969,000, but this has already dropped to £581,000. By the end of the financial year, in March 2021, the reserves are predicted to be at just £67,000, although the town clerk has warned that these figures could vary up to £200,000 either way, as it is difficult to make accurate financial predictions in the current circumstances. The financial strain on the council has been put down largely to a loss of income in car parking and from the chalet and caravan park in Monmouth Beach during lockdown, with some councillors now arguing that Lyme Regis has become too dependent on the tourism industry. Councillors will be holding a private virtual meeting next week to discuss measures which can be taken to improve the current outlook. It is hoped that Lyme Regis Beach will look in pristine condition for the main summer season as a programme of dredging and reprofiling work comes to a close today. The entire sandy beach and a large area of the main shingle beach were closed this week to allow Dorset Council contractors to carry out reprofiling work to level out steep bridges. This followed several weeks of harbour dredging, which has seen water and sand pumped from the harbour across the sand and into the sea. This week's beach closures coincided with the hottest days of the year, and many beachgoers packed into the small areas left open, leaving some concerned about the lack of social distancing. The shingle beach was due to open yesterday, and the sand beach should be open by 5 p.m. this evening, ready to welcome visitors this summer, as overnight stays will be permitted from July 4th. Lifeguards will also be patrolling the main beaches from July 4th. Lyme Regis councillors have called for a more democratic way forward as the authority continues to operate under COVID-19 restrictions. Normal council meetings were suspended at the end of March when lockdown measures were first put in place. Town Clerk John Wright was given delegated authority to spend up to £150,000 and to make decisions in consultation with the Mayor. The council has held some meetings via video conferencing app Zoom during the lockdown, but these have not been open to the press or public. The first public virtual meeting was held on Wednesday evening, when several councillors said they did not feel involved and called for a more democratic approach moving forward. They also asked for a formal election of the Mayor and Deputy Mayor, which would have usually been held in May, with the current incumbents having continued in their posts temporarily. The vote on whether to hold an election was split, and the current Mayor, Councillor Brian Larkham, had to give the casting vote. He rejected the proposal, meaning he and Deputy Stan Williams will remain in post until normal meetings resume. Councillor Larkham said that a change of leadership would be too disruptive in the current circumstances. A Charmouth man has been arrested on suspicion of possessing a firearm with intent to cause fear of violence following an incident in Killington near Axminster this week. Police are investigating an allegation that a group of people were threatened with a suspected firearm on the evening of Tuesday, June 23rd. Armed officers and the police helicopter searched the area, and the 35-year-old man from Charmouth was arrested. A further 2 men, aged 42 and 18, both from the Axminster area, have also been arrested on suspicion of possession of a firearm with intent to cause fear of violence. All 3 suspects have been released on police bail until July 22nd, while inquiries continue. A bomb disposal team were called to Lyme Regis on Monday to deal with a piece of military ordnance found on the beach. The object was initially found on Sunday on the beach between Lyme Regis and Charmouth, below the old tip, but due to the incoming tide, it could not be removed until Monday. An explosive ordnance disposal team were called in and identified the object as the nose cone of a World War II 8-pound practice bomb, which were usually dropped by Lancaster bombers. The item was deemed safe and was removed. And finally, publication of the free fortnightly LymeOnline newspaper will resume on Friday, August 7th. The publication of the printed newspaper was suspended due to the effects of the coronavirus outbreak, which saw advertising revenue and sponsorship deals drop significantly. LymeOnline has continued to publish a digital version of the paper and has launched an 8-page compact printed version delivered to subscribers, and particularly those without access to the internet. The full free printed newspaper will now return on Friday, August 7th, partially thanks to grants from the Google News Initiative and Dorset Council, plus welcome donations from our readers. In the meantime, you can stay up to date with all the latest news on our website. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.